On the mound for the Rams.
Ready to start game two between Bluefield and Union here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you with us for what is about to be a 7-inning contest. Maybe not like the last one for Bluefield College, losing 21-9, and for Union picking up their 14th win of the year and their 4th win in conference. Rams right now at 12-9 and the exact same 4-3 record as the Union College Bulldogs. First pitch whipped in by the sophomore, Alex Perkins, and it's just a bit outside for ball one. Lineup goes Shoop Gaines at first base batting second, Shoemaker batting third and playing at third base again. From the belt, the 1-0 from Perkins crosses the knees of Shoop for strike one. Evens the count at 1-1. Batting in the cleanup spot for Union, the DH Daniel Neal. Luke Reinert back into the ball game playing in right field. Holmstrom re-enters as the second baseman batting sixth. Lolo Williams once again the catcher for Union batting seventh, with Jacob Nelson, the left fielder, batting eighth. Here's the 1-1, grounded over to third. Diving play made by Millet. Throw on to first, skips in, and the glove can't come up with the ball from the first baseman, Edgardo Bernard. Had the scoop, but it flew out of his glove. So that'll be a base hit for Shoop. Giles closing out the lineup for the Union College Bulldogs. So on the mound, Alex Perkins giving up a hit to start out the game. We're in the first inning. Rams ending that last game in a mercy rule contest. Alex Perkins, one of the young arms for Bluefield. Rams don't have a lot of arms going into this 3-game series. Here comes Joe Gaines, who had himself one heck of a ball game in that last one. Nods and the sophomore pitches, showing bunt, breaking ball called a strike. Count goes 0-1. Well, for Alex Perkins, coming into this contest, 4-1. Tied for the most wins out of any Bluefield pitcher this year. 2.55 ERA, and has pitched the most, 3 and 35 in a third innings. Runner goes, pitches outside. Cardona throws down to second. Tag, he's toast. Shoop caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and a great throw by Joseph Cardona to wipe the base paths clear of Bulldogs for the first out of the first inning. So there's a highlight for you to start out this game. Here's that was outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Joe Gaines with 4 hits in the last game. 2-1. Outside, called a strike, and the count evens up at 2-2. It's Alex Perkins already at 35 2/3 innings this year. Rams ace, if you will. That one is chopped over to second. Glove there by Torres. Sidearms to first in time, 2 away. If you didn't watch that first game of this doubleheader today, Rams pretty much competed for the entire ball game, except for the third inning. 10 runs scoring for Union. And there were 25 hits for the Bulldogs. Rams had to throw out 3 pitchers. E-Step, Cutler, and then at the end, Aaron Hash. 2 outs, and here comes Shoemaker. Another lefty in the lineup, righty to lefty. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch. Breaking ball in the outside corner for strike 1. Looks into the glove. Slow kick, and it's popped up. 0-1 goes out of play quickly, 0-2, so Perkins is a strike away from getting out of the top of the first unscathed. Bailey Engel here. We're glad to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. That first game was quite the doozy for Bluefield College, but now with a chance to even up the series here. Perkins eyes out of the glove. Slow kick, 0-2. Sliced into the middle. It's a base hit. Past the glove of Marcus Espinal for Bluefield. Second single given up by Alex Perkins. So Shoemaker's on, and that'll bring up Daniel Neal. Guess it's a good time to tell you who's in the field for Bluefield. Pretty much the exact same except at short. So Millet is at third. Espinal at short. Torres at second. Bernard at first. From left to right in the outfield, it goes Napoleon, Huntley, and Holzer. And then Joseph Cardona, the catcher, with Alex Perkins. So the only change, Pena knotted short. It's Marcus Espinal, the veteran for Bluefield. Rams have now lost 2 in a row. That pitch goes outside. Designated hitter, Daniel Neal. Neal had 3 hits in that last game. A couple of singles, a double, and a walk. Righty to righty, Perkins fires. Swing and a miss, chasing something in the dirt that just wasn't there. A ball and a strike. Ball and a strike, a runner at first, and 2 gone. Still no score as that one skips in the dirt. Cardona gloves in front. And a 2-1. Bart Osborne, the head coach of Union, the third base coach, dueling with Mike White here in this AAC matchup. Both teams right now at 4-3. Union notably knocked off Tennessee Wesleyan in 2 of 3 games last week. 2-1. Inside and low for ball 3. Tennessee Wesleyan at the time, and still is the number 2 team in the NAIA out in Athens, Tennessee. So the Orange Bulldogs knocking off the Blue Bulldogs, but the Rams searching for their first win on the conference season at home. 3-1. And the dirt, ball 4. So now there are 2 aboard with 2 outs. I'll bring up Luke Reinert. Now, Reinert was a bit shaken up after singling back in that first game and had to sit out. Dallas Green came in and got a base hit for Union. Now back to play in what is an incredible day for baseball. Not too cold, not too hot, just a perfect spring day. A little bit of wind, though, that makes it a bit chilly, so the fans coming out wearing the windbreakers and those blue hoodies. 2 men on, righty to lefty. First pitch to the right fielder is outside for ball 1. Still no score, 2 men aboard for Union. Rams coming off of a conference series win, I should say, in that last matchup down in St. Andrews. Took 2 of 3 against the Knights. Perkins checks on the lead runner and Shoemaker. As that pitch is popped up left side, long run from Millette. It goes out of play. Knots up the count at a ball and a strike. Alex Perkins, the ace for Bluefield. Mike White talked about their team last year and called them babies on the mound, and didn't mean that as they were sensitive, just young guys. 1-1. High and away, ball 2. Perkins being one of them. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Shoop single to start it off, then he was gunned down at second base. Gaines grounded out, but now a single from Shoemaker and a walk to Neal. 2-1. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reinert in an even count. Perkins trying to get out of the first inning. Southwest Virginia native on the mound, has the ball in the glove. Eyes the runners and pitches. Swinging a chopper, bouncing high on the third base side and foul. We'll do it once more. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins in a long inning already. Union had a knack for doing that, just getting on base with singles. 25 hits in that last game, 3 doubles. Those were the only extra base hits. Wind flowing right to left. 2 men aboard for the Bulldogs, trying to get on the board first in the first inning. Perkins pitches, 2-2. Reinert swings and bounces it over to first base. Bernard calls for it, and he wins the race to the bag. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We head to the bottom of the first. Bluefield facing off against A.J. Villa when we come back. A.J. Villa on the mound for Union as we go into a scoreless bottom of the first inning. Villa, one of the better starters for Union this year with a 1.74 ERA, now making his 7th start of the season. He's 4-0. Up against the hottest hitter for Bluefield, it's Jordan Huntley, who belted 2 home runs in that first game. So for Huntley, a couple of RBIs in that first game. Batting in the leadoff spot already at 8 home runs as he swings and just chops it over to second that time. Glove there by Holmstrom. Throw to first in time, and it's a 4-3 putout to start us off here in the bottom of the first inning. So in the field for Union, Shoemaker at third, Giles at short, Holmstrom at second, Gaines just got that ball now at first base. From left to right in the outfield, Jacob Nelson in left, St. John Shoop in center, and then Neal in right field. Reinert in right field. Neal is the DH. Comes Jose Santana. First pitch to him, misses. It's ball 1. The Rams right now at 12-9. The pitch to the DH. Another high bouncer in the middle of the infield. Glove there by Holmstrom. Whips to first. 2 outs. Rams trying to swing right after it here in this 7-inning ball game. Still scoreless, bottom of the first. Union had a couple of hits off of Alex Perkins to start us off, but left 2 men on. Ozzie Millette up to the plate, wearing number 44. Had a tough game in the field against Union in that first one. Did score twice. He swings and grounds at third base side. High bouncer for Shoemaker. Quick throw to first. 1, 2, 3, go the Rams in very quick fashion. We head to the second inning, still scoreless. Holmstrom leads it off here in the top of the second inning. We're still scoreless. 6-7, 8-2 up for the Union Bulldogs after winning the first game 21-9. Already have 2 hits today, at least in the second game. Collectively, that's 27 hits. Perkins' first pitch to the right. He blazes down the middle for strike 1. Right now, the Rams are 12-9, searching for their 5th conference win and yet another conference series win. They did it in their last one. 0-1, and Holmstrom pops it up sky high right side. Torres drops back, called off by Holzer, and the right fielder makes the catch in the sun for out number 1. Thank you for joining us here on our broadcast baseball opener. Didn't get to call the Rio Grande game, but the Rams won those 2 games. Last one in walk-off fashion. Here comes Lolo Williams. First pitch to the catcher. Check swing in the dirt for ball 1. Steps back up to the plate on the right side. Alex Perkins just trying to get through. This is what Bluefield was able to do in the first game. Went through the first 2 innings scoreless. Williams popped up. Cardona trying to find it. The ball exits the ballpark to make it 1-1. Rams turned a couple of doubleheaders, really turning some heads here at Bowen Field, and then the gates were just broken open. 10-run scoring for Union in that 3rd inning after the Rams were already up 4-0. Now here we are in the 2nd inning. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-1 fired. Inside for ball 2. Perkins with a high kick. Pitches. Swing and a miss outside. And it's strike 3. First strikeout for the sophomore from Christiansburg. 2 outs. First pitch to Nelson. Pops it up. Left side. Foul territory. Millette trying to find it. And the ball bounces right in between all 3 of them. Espinal and Napoleon from left field. Couldn't find it, and it's strike 1. Well, Jacob Nelson getting the start in left field again. He doubled in the last game. Inevitably, or eventually, I should say, scored 3 times. That was an inning where they sent 15 batters up to the plate. That 3rd inning, 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. So Perkins a strike away from a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd inning. Still no score. Nobody on for Union. Jostles that ball around in the light brown glove. Steps and pitches. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Alex Perkins, and the Bulldogs fall in order in the top of the 2nd. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Still scoreless, Union and Bluefield. Bottom of the second inning. All tied up 0-0. Alex Perkins with a couple of strikeouts already. Now the 4-5-6 up for Bluefield. It's Lennon Napoleon. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. Got a 1-0. Mike White looking on. The longest tenured head coach and the current athletic director at Bluefield. The 1-0. Outside corner for strike one. Garrett Schilling looking on at first. The second-year assistant for Bluefield. Just turned 25 yesterday. 1-1. Rips it foul, bouncing off of that netting. And that's some new netting, actually, right there protecting the fans on top of the first base dugout. I remember when I was calling games here in 2016, the Bluefield Blue Jays, it is dangerous to sit right there. 1-1. Swing and a miss, or rather that was the 1-2, strike three. So there's one away. That's the first strikeout for A.J. Villa. And the fans that sit there during the game are old enough to remember the Spanish Civil War, so sometimes they are not equipped with the reflexes to get out of the way. Oh, thank goodness there's a net. Edgardo Bernard looks at a pitch low. It's ball one. Villa wasting no time. 1-0. Strike one. Fastball down the middle. Beautiful day here. Wind whipping from right to left. Lots of players haven't even decided to wear long sleeves under. 1-1. Bernard jabs at it. It's low. Uncommit to the swing. 2 balls and 1 strike for the lefty. Now offers 2-1. Cut and a miss. Strike 2. Still no score. Nobody on. We're in the second inning. Holzer on deck. The offer. Swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts to lead us off in the bottom of the second inning, and that will bring up Dre Holzer. Holzer performed well at the plate in the 21-9 loss. Double and 2 singles, ended up going 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. So A.J. Villa steps back, and now Holzer just adjusting. Look, he had something on his wrist that the umpire didn't want out. 2 outs. No Rams on the base paths. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 7-inning ball game as Villa fires. Fastball cranked in for a strike. Working quickly with nobody on. 0-1. Outside again. Count evens at 1-1. Got the mountain right behind the Bowen Field scoreboard. No leaves on the trees yet, as that one is grounded in fair territory over to third. Shoemaker whips to first in time. Rams have gone 6 up, 6 down. On to the third we go, still scoreless between Bluefield and Union on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready to start the third inning here in Bluefield. It's all tied up at 0-0. 9-1-2 due up for Union. Alex Perkins with a couple of strikeouts to end the top of the second. Here comes Giles, the shortstop. First pitch, number 4 looks at a bouncer in the dirt. So it'll go Giles, St. John Shoop, and Joe Gaines. Now Giles was consistent in that 9-hole in the first game. Had 4 singles, went 3 for 4, 3 runs scored and an RBI. From the belt, the 1-0. Outside corner for strike 1. See that some fans have discovered the YouTube chat function on our Rams Digital Sports Network broadcast. From the belt, 1-1. Rounded on the third base side, just foul. Makes it 1-2. Now, unfortunately, some people have abused that in the past, but more importantly to me, most fans come up with something that just confused me. I remember calling a football game, and one of the fans, referring to the other team that was beating Bluefield, said, "Y'all cake and ice cream." I'm convinced, and I thought about that for weeks after, and I had no idea what that meant. So far, so good on the baseball chat, though. Seems to be pretty cut and dry. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Cardona pops up, throws to first. 3 strikeouts in a row for Alex Perkins. Back to the top of the lineup we go with St. John Shoop. He singled to start off the game. 0-0. This is where Union broke it open. Rams trying to conserve the arms to make their way through the series, and Estep, as well as Cutler, just could not get that done in game 1. Here's the center fielder. First pitch. Backhanded in the dirt by Cardona for ball 1. Perkins getting into a rhythm with 3 straight strikeouts. Slow kick, 1-0. Belted down the left field line, pushing foul, and exits the ballpark to even up the count at 1-1. Digs back in on the right side. Righty-to-righty matchup in a scoreless contest. Perkins trying to keep this game close. Fires 1-1, showing bunt, lays it down, and it goes foul on the third base side. It was a bit odd to see Shoop swinging away because every other time we have seen him, he had gotten the bunt sign from Bart Osborne. Now awaiting, Perkins looks out of his glove, starts the motion. 1-2. Ground ball softly rolling to Espinal at short, comes up with a throw, 2 outs. So that's 6 straight retired by Alex Perkins. 2 outs, and here comes Joe Gaines. So with Gaines stepping in on the left side, he is 0 for 1 today after a monstrous game 1. Game 2 of the series, game 2 of the day. Perkins pitches to him. Rings in on the outside corner for strike 1. So Perkins doing a good job of keeping it in the zone so far here in the third inning. Nobody's on for Union. Right with the 0-1, another chopper on the right. Torres gobbles it up, sidearms to first. 1, 2, 3, go the Bulldogs. We've played 2.5, and we're still trying to see a run between either team. It's 0-0 Union and Bluefield here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Now to the bottom of the third inning, Rams looking for their first hit. So far, a pitching duel between A.J. Villa and Alex Perkins. Joe Cardona, the catcher, looks at it low. It's ball one. So it's Cardona, Carlos Torres, and Marcus Espinal. 1-0 is fouled away, chopping on the right side. So far, the Rams have been struck out twice by A.J. Villa. Came into this game sporting a 4-0 record. Both teams bringing out the aces with a sub-2 ERA. A.J. Villa fires 1-1. Outside. Over the off-speed there, it's ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. Beautiful day in Bluefield. Really one of the nicer days as it goes outside. Especially in this part of the country, when the sun is not out, it is particularly gray in West Virginia and this part of Virginia. So finally with the sun, there's hope. 3-1. Cardona cuts and misses, strike 2, full count. That was a pitch low. Rams baseball in the shade on the first base side. Payoff. Outside, ball 4, and the Rams have their first base runner of the afternoon in game 2. Brings up Carlos Torres. Eli Mejia going on to run. So Cardona taking off, and the Torres up to the plate. So Torres at second, replacing Jose Perez from a season ago. Outside corner for strike 1. Jose Perez nearly sported a 400 average, one of the best hitters in the NAIA. So definitely big shoes to fill. And I think the Rams are trying to find out who is going to carry them through the season offensively. Couldn't get it done in the first game, the 0-1. Torres thought about it, didn't commit, and good thing he didn't. It's outside for ball 1. Bottom of the third inning, still scoreless. This is a 7-inning game. Coming set, Villa fires. 1-1, grounder up the middle, base hit. Mejia staying at second base, and now the Rams have 2 aboard with no outs. First hit of the game going for Carlos Torres, and that'll bring up Marcus Espinal for his first at-bat of the afternoon. Espinal making his 11th start of the year, now hitting at .394, has a home run and 10 RBIs. Pena got the start at short, game 1. Espinal played a considerable amount of third base last year. Runner in scoring position, corner infielders in, thinking that Espinal might bunt. He shows it, jabs at a high pitch. Did he go around? No, it's ball 1. So Cardona taken off of the base pass. Runner now is Mejia. He's at second base. Torres with a single up the middle. He's at first. 0-0 the score. A base hit could give Bluefield their first lead of game 2. A.J. Villa in his first jam. Couple of looks, pitches. Espinal nubs at a bunt. And it fouls off, bouncing right behind the catcher Lolo Williams. Count evens at 1-1. One and one, showing bunt again, lays it down third base side, and it hit him. So Espinal didn't even try to run that one out. A.J. Villa doing a good job of throwing that ball inside to jam him up to not let him get a great bunt down. So A.J. Villa bends the knees looking at the battery mate and Lolo Williams. 2 men aboard for Bluefield. Ready to pitch. 1-2. Espinal lays down a bunt. It's foul, and he struck out. There's out number one. Back to the top of the lineup. Rams really wanted that bunt, and Espinal just could not get it down. Back to the top of the lineup with Jordan Huntley. Looking for his first hit off of A.J. Villa. We're in the third inning. And the Rams score first. Union hoping for the double play. As Huntley bounces at third base side. Caught there by Shoemaker. Tags the bag at third. Throws on to first. And the out recorded. Huntley never ran. He believes that it hit him. Umpire's talking this one over, and Union has already exited the playing field. Huntley saying that it hit him, and he did not even think to run to first base. Three-man crew talking this one over. Mike White is just irate at the moment because that double play might end the third inning. And it looks like it did. So a double play. Mike White is upset about that. No score. On to the fourth here in this 7-inning game. And Union and Bluefield are knotted up at 0-0. Now into the fourth inning, still no score. Alex Perkins pitching well for Bluefield. First pitch, and Shoemaker puts it on the ground into left field for a base hit. Glad to have you with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. That's the first hit Alex Perkins has surrendered since the first inning. But now the leadoff man on for Union. They had the leadoff man on back in the first inning, and Cardona did a good job of sniping St. John Shoop. Daniel Neal comes up to the plate with one out and the potential go-ahead run at first base. Still scoreless in the fourth inning. Perkins with a wind flowing here from right to left. Fastball positioned inside for ball one. Good pitching matchup so far. Just have to be a little skeptical to see if that stays the same, because after that first game with 34 hits, this is just completely different. Perkins pitches. Inside corner, knots it up at 1-1. So Shoemaker led it off. Neal batting now, and Luke Reinert on deck. Neal was walked by Perkins back in the first inning. Left on the base paths. Eyes the runner, 1-1. Popped up down the left field line, and the wind will push it out of the ballpark and foul. Strike two, 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, no score. couple of fans making their way out from the Bluefield College campus just around the corner to the ball game, especially for game 2. Checks on both, or rather just the one runner. 1-2. Popped up this time, right side, long run. Edgardo Bernard looking at it in the sky, and it falls into fair play. He got tangled up with the first base umpire there. Just could not get the right spot of the ball. And it looked like that was going to go out of here, but it just landed right where Bernard possibly could have caught it. That's a missed opportunity for the Rams. Stays at 1-2. Still no score. Couple of cars buzzing by out in right field. 1-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Bases occupied. Out number 1. 4 strikeouts for Alex Perkins. Brings up the right fielder, Luke Reinert. 1 out and a runner at first. Rams hoping for a double play. They don't have one in this game. That last inning, a bit of a controversial double play hit into by Jordan Huntley. He said that the ball went off of his body. First pitch to the lefty drops outside for ball 1. And it was convincing enough, at least to Union, that it did not hit him because that ball fiercely came out of the batter's box and Shoemaker turned a double play, tagging third and throwing on to first. Huntley didn't even run. 1-0. Popped up, out of play, left side, over the press box. Even count it, 1-1. Try to deal with the glare coming in. It's not a perfect science, folks, but gotta wait for that sun to come down. Personally, it's just at the right temperature here. When that sun drops down, it's gonna get pretty cold. Perkins pitches 1-1. Misses outside, ball 2. Rams with a home game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So if you're listening in and in the area, stop on by. I can almost guarantee you there is nothing else to do in Bluefield, West Virginia, Virginia. Perkins nods, pitches 2-1. Driven out to deep left field. Long run for Napoleon, and it is foul. Deeply hit foul, but foul nonetheless, and it's now strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sun starting to set behind the clouds. Shade enveloping Bowen Field. Reinert at the plate in the battle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins pitches. Popped up down the line again and left. Carries out of the ballpark, and we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Union right now with 14-8 as their official record. Rams at 12-9. AAC battle looking to already clinch the series. It's a 3-game set. And Bluefield hoping to force a rubber match tomorrow on Saturday. 2-2 is high. Cardona pops up to catch it, ball 3, full count. Runner at first is Shoemaker. There's 1 gone after Neal went down swinging. Team from Barberville, Kentucky. Out of full count. 0-0 the score. Right fielder at the plate. Perkins nods, payoff. Popped up down the left field line again. Long run for Napoleon. Gallops into foul territory and can't make the catch. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Perkins checking on the runner at first. Shoemaker had a single. 1 out, another payoff. Swing and a miss. Cardona throws down to second. Can't get the strike him out, throw him out double play, but another K etched into the books, courtesy Alex Perkins, but Shoemaker comes up with a steal. Well, let's put the sunglasses right back on as the sun comes back out of the clouds. So 2 outs, Shoemaker on at second base, and that'll bring up Holmstrom. 5 strikeouts now for Perkins. A runner in scoring position, though, so Holmstrom flew out to right field his last time. A base hit, convincing one at that, could possibly give Union the lead. So that's a big steal right there. First pitch skips in the dirt. Cardona falls backwards. Kept the ball in front anyway. Ball and no strikes. Perkins deals. Another low pitch. All knotted up at 0-0. Rams only have 1 hit in this game. Union with 3 at the moment, one of them to lead us off here in the 4th. There are 2 outs, a runner at second base. Shoemaker with a single and a steal. 2-0. Popped up behind home plate. It carries out of the ballpark in a hurry. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. So as Perkins stands on the shaded mound, hoping for a way to get out of this 4th inning, leave another runner stranded. Jacks on, Shoemaker pitches 2-1, fouled back. So Holmstrom's right on it. Sun sets again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, a runner at second base. Base hit could take the lead. But Perkins trying to silence that hope here in the top of the 4th inning. Sophomore on the mound is ready. Comes set. Big lead at second. The 2-2. Line drive, center field, base hit. Green light around third for Shoemaker, and he will score. It's 1-0 Union. RBI single for Holmstrom, and that is a big one. Just the 4th hit of the day, and really battling at the plate. Got himself in a 2-2 count, and you have to tip your cap to him for taking the lead for the Bulldogs. Brings up the catcher, Lolo Williams. Rams just have to make sure to keep the damage at a minimum. And all of a sudden, that steal is very important because that was not a gigantic single, but because he stole from first to second, he scores instead of being held up at third. First pitch to Lolo Williams. Fouls it off, rolling into the Union dugout on the third base side. 1-0, Bulldogs on top. Four strikeouts for Alex Perkins, just giving up 1 run. On the top of the 4th inning, playing in a 7-inning game, 0-1. Watched it high, ball 1. Off speed and up. Pickoff, tag, he's out. Great play on the mound from Alex Perkins. Lolo Williams left at the plate. Holmstrom got the RBI single, but he sniped at first base. For the damage done, run scores on 2 hits, and now it's 1-0. Halfway done with this ball game. On to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Bulldogs. Rams are now down 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. A good pickoff move from Alex Perkins, but now Rams starting out with a 2-3-4 against A.J. Villa, the ace for the Bulldogs. First pitch to the DH, and Santana takes a called strike one. So it'll go Santana, Millette, and Napoleon. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network as the DH lifts it out to right center field. Long run for Reinert, over his glove, and onto the warning track. Santana around second, going for third, racing for the triple, sliding, he'll get there. A triple for Jose Santana, and all of a sudden Bluefield's tying run is at third for a chance for Ozzie Millette to tie it up. Reiner did not play that well, but it didn't go off of his glove, so you can't count it as an error. Fly ball could tie the game. Millette grounded out to third his last time up. That's just the second hit for Bluefield in this one. Bottom of the fourth. A.J. Villa, his first haymaker he's taken in this one. First pitch right down the pipe, though, to Ozzie Millette. It's strike one. Bottom of the fourth, 1-0 the score. Union scoring after the RBI single from Holmstrom. Big lead for Santana as that pitch is grounded down the first baseline, slowly rolling and then just going to the right of the line. So it's strike two, no balls, two strikes. Third batter in the lineup today. Third baseman just trying to put it at least in play here. How tight this game is, you better believe that there's a possibility of the infielders throwing it home. They got to check on Jose Santana. Got an 0-2, Sun back in as a factor. A.J. Villa with no outs and the tying run at third base. He relaxes, checks on the runner, and pitches. Rip foul, right side. Do it again at no balls, two strikes. Just now joining us so far, a pitching duel between both teams. Bottom of the fourth right now. 0-2. Millette swings and bounces it into right field, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. RBI single for the Rams' third baseman, and now after two hits, it's all knotted up at one apiece. So a good piece of opposite field hitting for Ozzie, and now at 1-1, trying to keep it going with Lennon Napoleon. Napoleon struck out swinging back in the second inning. That was part of the first six batters being retired by the starter, A.J. Villa. Rams found their first hit in the third inning. Rams trying to even up this series. Send us to the rubber match tomorrow, or will Union pull through and win today to clinch it? First pitch lobbed inside. Already ball one. Millette with the lead at first. As that pitch is ripped up the middle of base hit as it grazes off the mound. Millette held up at second, and the Rams have opened up the bottom of the fourth with three straight base hits. That'll bring up Edgardo Bernard, so the potential go-ahead run now at second base, and it looks like we're going to see our first mound visit of the day. 1-1 the score. Rams at 12-9, searching for their fifth conference win of the year. Right now 4-3 in the AAC. Union at the same mark in the AAC, but right now at 14-8. Two runners aboard for the Rams. Mike White ready to give them the green light home. 1-1 the score, and it's a quick mound visit. Ready to resume here with Edgardo Bernard. Struck out swinging in the second. One of those three strikeouts from the starter who's still on the mound, A.J. Villa. 1-1 the score. Rams have also tied it up in the hit count. Righty to lefty. First pitch showing bunt, pops it up over the glove of Villa, still rolling on the second base side. Everybody's safe. Nifty move there for the Rams' first baseman. 4 base hits in a row for Bluefield, and now the bases are juiced, filled with Rams. Millette over at third, Napoleon at second, and Edgardo Bernard popping the ball right over the pitcher's glove. Bases loaded. No outs. Here's Holzer. First pitch in the dirt, getting behind Williams. Here comes Millette, sliding home, and the Rams have taken the lead, 2-1. On the wild pitch, Bluefield jumps out in front for only the second time today. They led 4-0 in the first game of the doubleheader, and now the wild pitch has put A.J. Villa into a bit of a sticky situation in the bottom of the 4th inning. Napoleon over to third, Bernard to second. 2-1 the score. Base hit could try to break this game open. Waving the bat behind his helmet. Infield in, the pitch. High fly, right field. Reinert on the run, gallops back to make the catch. Tagging is Napoleon. Throw into the infield, cut off, and it's 3-1 Rams. So for Union, finally getting an out, but Holzer plating a run. So now 3-1. Bernard also able to tag up. And there's one away for Joseph Cardona. Here comes the lefty catcher. Infield still eyeing in at that runner at third, and Edgardo Bernard. A.J. Villa surrendering 3 runs as that pitch is bounced onto second base. Checking the runner is Holmstrom. Whips over to first, 2 outs. Edgardo Bernard stays at third base. Rams started off this inning with 4 straight hits. A triple from Santana, a single from Millette, another one from Napoleon, and you guessed it, a bunt single from Edgardo Bernard. Sacrifice fly after the wild pitch allowed a run to score, made it 3-1. That brings up Carlos Torres on to knock home another. First pitch. Second baseman bounces at third base side, and it goes into the glove, but foul. It's Shoemaker, and it's strike 1. Second baseman for Bluefield had a single in the 3rd inning. That was the only Bluefield hit coming into this inning. Now the Rams already have 4 in the bottom of the 4th alone. 3-1 they lead. Runner at third. Pitch. Cut and a miss. Strike 2. It's a good fastball there. Rams giving Alex Perkins some run support. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the offer. Fastball glides high and away for ball 1. Big lead at third base for Bernard. Another 1-2. In the dirt, Lolo Williams, a very important job now because it's a deep backstop to keep the ball in front, to keep the runner at third and bay, and Edgardo Bernard. Carlos Torres putting the bat on home plate. He's ready. Villa relaxes, pitches 2-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and he throws it up. So now after the strikeout, it's 3-1. Bluefield has taken the lead as we go to the 5th inning in this 7-inning ball game. Rams trying to even it up when we come back. On to the fifth inning, Rams lead 3-1 over Conference Pro Union here at Bowen Field. Alex Perkins deals a first pitch strike, swinging a miss from Lolo Williams, the 7 batter, who was left at the plate back at the top of the fourth inning after the pickoff of Holmstrom. Now Alex Perkins going for his 5th inning of work. So far, been pretty talented on the mound, but just trying to keep that momentum going after the Rams were able to put up 3 runs off of the starter for Union, A.J. Villa. And a miss again, strike 2, quickly 0-2. So Perkins already with 5 strikeouts today. We'll go Williams, Nelson, and Giles, all 2 up for Union. Starts the motion, 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Boy, from this third base vantage point, that looked like it hit the corner, but nonetheless, we are at third base. Looked like he was about to ring him up, but a good pitch from Alex Perkins. Lolo Williams just did take the bait. Here's the 1-2. Nice ball, high ball 2, collapsing into the mid of the catcher, Joseph Cardona. Well, Cardona has the backstop, another guy filling in for a senior from last year, Austin Browning. Arizona native, and a lot of young faces out there for Bluefield. Not many returners, and Perkins being one of them. So many baseball players here at Bluefield, and they're kept alive, or kept fresh, I should say, from that JV program. 2-2. Another grounder first base side, scoop by Bernard, a confident one at that, and there's one away. So Williams is 0 for 2, and that'll bring up Jacob Nelson, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Left fielder, Jacob Nelson.
Nelson up to the plate, Rams up 3-1. Through the glove, Alex Perkins trying to lead the Rams to victory, leading by 2 runs. First pitch, a perfect one right down the plate. Left fielder watches it for strike 1. Perkins pitching very quickly, 0-1, cut and a miss. Ball had some break to it, quickly to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Perkins fires. Didn't commit, it was in the dirt. The cloud of dirt flows away from Cardona. It's ball 1. Ball at 2 strikes with 1 out. Nobody on for the Bulldogs. Different story here in game 2 so far. Rams leading 3-1. Perkins deals again. Outside, ball, or called strike 3. A delayed called strike 3, but another strikeout for the sophomore, Alex Perkins. The home plate umpire, a fan of suspense. After the drum roll was before his strike 3 call, we have it. So another strikeout for Alex Perkins. Here comes Giles. First pitch is inside to the righty. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. By the way, Nelson, that's the 2nd time he struck out today. Now for Alex Perkins. Starts the motion 1-1. 1-0, rather. Fouled away. There's the 1-1. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Alex Perkins trying to run through this 7-8-9. Union down by 2. It's 3-1. Nobody on the base paths for the Bulldogs. 1-1. Hit him. Jumped out of the batter's box, and Giles staring down the pitcher for some reason. That just kind of seems unnecessary. That's a barking, and why would he throw it at him on purpose? He's trying to get them out in a 2-run ball game. Bart Osborne talking with the third base umpire now. This game gets a lot more interesting after that. Well, this is the fun thing about NAIA sports at any really any level throughout the NAIA, there's not enough people here to drone out the sound so you can really understand what the umpires are saying to the managers in absolute 100% clarity. Oh, Bart Osborne, a couple of words away from getting thrown out, and he hasn't been yet. Just trying to take up for his guys, Alex Perkins. It didn't really seem like he tried to do that on purpose, but I'm the home announcer. And it seems like he's jarring with the third baseman, Ozzie Millette. New batter up, it's St. John Shoup. So Giles hit by a pitch. The swing of the bat could tie the game. First one right down the plate. That gets the customary applause from the Rams crowd here. Checking the runner at first. Giles with a big lead. 0-1. In the dirt, Cardona lets it roll beside him, and Giles sprints into second base, sliding in. So a base hit could potentially knock this down to a 3-2 lead. Perkins with the pressure on here in the top of the fifth inning.
Cut it in half here, cut it in half here.
That's what Bart Osborne is saying. Cut it in half. Shoup moving up in the batter's box on the right side. Couple of practice swings. Carlos Torres covering at second, has to get back because Shoup could possibly put it on the right side. And he does, 1-1. Breaking ball in, it's ball two. Now Thomas Huddleston, the pitching coach for Bluefield, former Bluefield College Ram pitcher himself, walking out to the mound to discuss this one with his sophomore. 3-1 the score. There are two outs. Perkins was able to retire the first two batters. Got Nelson looking for strike three called. That was out number two after Williams grounded out to first. Giles was then hit by a pitch. Proceeded to stare down the pitcher in Alex Perkins, which seemingly looked like just an accident for Alex Perkins, just trying to get out of the inning unscathed. Why would you put a runner on board? Now Giles over at second after the wild pitch. 2-1, favoring St. John Shoup. 1 for 2 today. He had a single in the first inning to lead off the game, then grounded out to short in the third. Here we are in the fifth, though, at the top of the lineup. Seven-inning ball game. We're in the fifth. Perkins, long look at second base. 2-1. Ground ball, third base side, and it's strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perkins digs right back in on that pitcher's mound. Moves his arm around with the wind flowing behind him, kicking up dirt in the process. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, a 3-1 game. At the top of the fifth inning, looking for the third out. 2-2. Outside, Cardona slides to the right to keep it in front. It's ball 3 for a full count. Looked like Perkins went to the breaking ball there. Big lead at second base. Full count. Shoup awaits. Payoff. Outside, ball 4. That did not miss by much. Giles stays at second. Shoup will now go on to first to represent the potential tying run. That'll bring up Joe Gaines. Such a hot bat in that first game. Ended up going 4 for 4. Swing of the bat could potentially tie the game or take the lead. Perkins checking both runners. First pitch, lefty looks at it, it's a called strike 1. So Perkins has had the knack for getting up early in the count. Has lost the last couple of batters, though. Giles hit by a pitch and Shoop walked. Rams with a bit of movement in the bullpen, trying to conserve arms. Checks 0-1. Popped up in the infield. Millette calling for it. Steps into the infield grass and makes the catch. So Union strands 2 runners there in the top of the 5th inning. And now we go to the home half of the 5th. Rams holding on to a 3-1 lead here at Bowen Field. Bottom of the 5th inning, Rams are up 3-1. A.J. Villa still on the mound, and the first pitch is fouled off with the body of Marcus Espinal. So the Rams going with their 9-1-2. They lead 3-1. Union got 2 runners aboard with 2 outs there and stranded them. Good job by Alex Perkins. 5 innings in the books for the sophomore from Christiansburg. Can he keep it going? Espinal's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging against Villa back in the 3rd inning. Huntley's 0 for 2, who's on deck, and Santana started off that 4th inning with a triple. 0-1. Fastball high and in. Espinal twitches out of the way. Ball and a strike. Shortstop nearly hitting 400. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a rip, center field, base hit. Espinal sprinting around first and then screeching to a halt, but it's a single nonetheless for Marcus Espinal, and the Rams have now 6 hits on the board. They had 4 alone in the 4th inning. Right back to the top of the lineup, Jordan Huntley, who homered twice in Game 1. So with 8 home runs on the year. Head into that controversial double play back in the 3rd inning, though, where it seemingly hit off of his body, but it wasn't obvious enough, so Union threw it over to first and ended that bottom of the 3rd inning. Showing bunt, center fielder lays down a good one, rolling down the first baseline. Picked up by Villa, throws to first. In time for the first out, but the sacrifice moves Espinal over to second base. Rams trying to manufacture some runs here. They'll bring up Jose Santana. Had a triple. Reiner tried to jump up to get the ball. It went over his glove and rolled into the outfield even deeper towards the warning track. And Santana just slid right into third. It was a bang-bang play at third, but not a great throw over there. So Jose Santana with the largest hit of the day other than those 2 home runs from Jordan Huntley. This ball game, the only triple we've seen. Runner at second. First pitch, Santana lays off. It's low for ball 1. 3-1, Rams leading, looking for a way to equalize this doubleheader. Getting a bit testy between 2 teams that seemingly don't like each other. Good AAA baseball going on. Big lead at second base for Espinal. 1-0, 1-0. Slice down the right field line. Foul to even out the count at 1-1. After that ball bounces on the batting facility, we take a look out there, and it looks like a few Rams have started to stretch in the bullpen. The Rams don't have that many arms, so really putting the faith in Alec Perkins to pitch even longer. 1-1. Chopper up the middle, make it back. It's Giles. Has to quick throw over to first. He got him. Espinal moves over to third, though, so the Rams will need a hit rather than just a fly ball or anything batted into the infield to potentially bring Espinal home. So now it's 3-1. Here in game 2. Ozzie Millette scored a tying run on an RBI, and it came in to score on a wild pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count 0-1, 2 outs. Runner at third for the Rams. Marcus Espinal leading off the inning with a single. Moved over to second thanks to the sacrifice from Jordan Huntley. Ground out from Santana pushes him over to the corner. And an 0-1. Millette needs a hit. Pitch. Bouncer down the right field line. It's foul. Now at 0-2, A.J. Villa on the mound in a big pitch opportunity here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind blowing at Bowen Field hasn't let the ball escape the ballpark in game 2. Ozzie Millette with that back knee bent. Runner at third, 3-1 the score. Villa deals. Outside, ball 1. Collapsing into the middle, Lolo Williams for ball 1. Count goes to 1-2. From the belt, the 1-2. High fly out to shallow center, long run in. It'll drop for a base hit. Espinal scores, and it's 4-1 after the RBI single from the Rams' third baseman. So now a 3-run lead. Millette is over at first. Brings up Lennon Napoleon. And the Rams get a 2-out rally going. Bottom of the 5th. Four to 1 the score with the sun continuing to set. Field lights have yet to come on as that breaking ball hits on the inside corner for strike 1. Napoleon scored a run, one of the 3 runs to score in the 4th inning after singling up the middle. So A.J. Villa right now has surrendered 7 hits. A.J. Villa steps off of the mound. Starting to lose some of the gas he had early on in the game. Rams in danger of handing this right-handed pitcher his first loss of the season. Came into today's game at 4-0. Not a big lead for Millette over at first. Got an 0-1. Looks over his shoulder at the runner and pitches. Ground ball left side. Mishandled by Shoemaker. Throws to first. Off target and can't lay down the tag. So that will be an error. Millette goes over to second, and Napoleon is now on with an E5. Rams trying to pile on some runs here. Leading by 3. Looked like Shoemaker took a bounce, and that one hit him in the chin. Getting a bit colder here, but the Rams heating up. Edgardo Bernard up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. Single and a strikeout was left at third, back in the 4th. Rams have scored now 4 unanswered. Edgardo Bernard trying to keep it going. From the belt, checking on the runners. Here's a pitch. Swinging a fly ball, left center field. Coming up to get it a Shoop. Flies to the left and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Rams score 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and leave 2 on base. We've played 5 in this 7-inning game, and the Rams lead 4-1. On to the 6th inning, Rams leading by a score of 4-1. And now Alex Perkins just needs 6 more outs to find a win against Union College. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you with us across the Rams Digital Sports Network. Beautiful day for baseball. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Rams lost the first one 21-9, but a different story. Good pitching duel between A.J. Villa of the Bulldogs, Alex Perkins, the sophomore for Bluefield. First pitch to Shoemaker is just a bit outside for ball 1. 3-4-5 due up for the Union Bulldogs. Neal on deck and Reinert batting in the hole. Perkins with a slow kick deals. So we're going to pop up over the press box on the third base side and out of play. It was the count up at 1-1. Union took the lead first back in the 4th inning off of the RBI single from Holmstrom. After Holmstrom got picked off, you could tell that there was some sort of change of the tide, and then right after that, a triple hit by Jose Santana. 1-1. Outside corners, strike 2. Rams not that deep with the arms, so Mike White and Thomas Huddleston putting a lot of faith into their pitcher. Ball and 2 strikes. Perkins starts the motion, pitches. Just a bit outside. Cardona tried to frame it up. So as the field lights start to pop on, Bluefield leads 4-1. 2-2 count, no outs, nobody on. Shoemaker, the lefty wearing number 42, still waiting. He deals. Ground ball up the middle. Popped over to Espinal. Throw to first. Bounces away. So they'll call it a hit. Shoemaker on with his 3rd hit of the ball game. Union fans making some noise out in the red bleachers. Red seats, I should say. Now he's 3 for 3. Here comes Danny Neal. So the Rams are able to add another insurance run back in the 5th inning. 4-1 the score. Top of the 6th, Alex Perkins giving up his 5th base hit. First pitch, Danny Neal looks at it outside for ball 1. Perkins fires in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Big lead at first for Shoemaker. Tension's building here. It's the 2-0. Got on and fouled away for strike 1. Couple of arms warming up for Bluefield in the bullpen. Perkins 6 outs away, but of course the Rams will have one more chance to bat. Union trying to go for the sweep. They need the bats to ignite here. They left 2 runners on back in the 5th inning, and that was big. Runner at first. Here's the 2-1. Inside and low for ball 3. Perkins does have 2 walks. 3-1 pitch. Inside and low again, ball 4. So Shoemaker moves over to second base. Danny Neal on to first, and that'll bring up Luke Reinert. So Reinert with a home run could tie the game. It's 4-1. Alex Perkins trying to not let that dream for Union become a reality here. Corner infielders playing in for Bluefield. I gotta believe that Reinert might get the swing call. As he does, fouls it away. No balls, 1 strike. Shoemaker at second, Neal at first. Reinert 0 for 2, struck out swinging his last time up. No outs now. Perkins deals. Breaking ball inside to the lefty. Count evens up at 1-1 as the field lights start to come on even more. The sun continues to set. Right now baking the mountain right behind center field. But Perkins trying to get out of here in the daylight. 1-1, no outs. Shoemaker at second and Neal right behind the first baseman, Edgardo Bernard. Lead runner is Shoemaker, 1-1. Fouled back, strike two. Landing into the seats. Union fans showing up in a pretty decent contingent here. Making some noise, hoping that their Bulldogs can potentially tie it up or take the lead. Reinert, the right fielder, searching for his first hit of game two. Lots of pressure on the righty Alex Perkins to get the job done. Can he do it? We'll have to see here on this 1-2. Here it is. Ground ball up the middle, leaking through for a base hit. Shoemaker around third. A ball is fielded by Huntley. Throw is cut off, and now the lead is cut down to 4-2. Another single for Union, and Luke Reinert has his first base knock here in this 7-inning game. Shoemaker scores, and now Union has the tying run aboard at first base. All this being done with no outs. And Mike White comes out of the dugout to make a change. Rams bringing in a new pitcher when we come back. Union knocking on the door. 4-2 with 2 men aboard and no outs. Justin Coleman in for Bluefield. Reliever coming out with a 4-0 record, but now inherits a tough situation with runners at second and first. A 4-2 lead for the Rams and no outs in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Holmstrom, blazing in there for a strike. So Perkins going 5 full innings. At the moment has surrendered 2 runs, 6 hits. End of the day with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. Counted 0-1. Pitch to the second baseman. Another fastball that misses. Just a bit too high. Well, Coleman sporting a decent ERA at just 4.05, but 4-0 with 2 saves throughout 20 innings, 21 hits, 9 runs all earned, 6 walks, and 18 strikeouts. So that's swing and miss stuff. Checks the runner at second. It's Neal and Reinert at first. That pitch is fouled back, makes it 1-2. Union won the first game 21-9, and now the Rams lead the second game 4-2. Baseball's just a game like that. Never really have 100% of an idea of who's going to win every game. Union, though, could tie it up with a convincing base hit or with a home run. They could take the lead. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Coleman. High and in. Breaking ball nearly got a piece of Holmstrom. Count staying at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Huge test for the Bluefield bullpen. 2 men aboard for the Bulldogs. Now at 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strikeout number 1 for Justin Coleman. Now the Rams can hope for a double play. Brings up Lolo Williams, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out against Alex Perkins. Actually, the first strikeout that the sophomore on the mound had. And then grounded out to first on a talented scoop by Edgardo Bernard. First pitch. Williams strides into it, doesn't swing, called a strike anyway on a fastball in the inside corner. So there's 1 out. 4-2 the score. Line right now, 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for Union. Rams have 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Rams did not play well defensively in the first game. As the Ducks fly to the pond out in right field, the 0-1. Ground ball right side, straight to Torres. Tosses to Espinal, throw to first. 4-6-3 double play. Rams get out of the top of the 6th. Double play right on cue, and the Rams lead this one 4-2 as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. Ray Holzer up to the plate to start out the bottom of the 6th inning. Rams lead 4-2, and A.J. Villa is still on the mound. Big hack from the right fielder, fouls it back. So now 6-7-8 due up against the starter for the Union College Bulldogs as the wind starts to flow. Getting a bit colder here in the 2 Virginias. Big double play hit into by the Bulldogs to end that top of the 6th, and Holzer watches it go outside. Coleman came in to finalize that line on Alex Perkins, now in line for the win. 1-1. Popped up, hesitated on the swing. Onto the right side, second baseman Holmstrom calls for it and stays true to his word to make the catch for out number 1. 1 gone, and that'll bring up Joseph Cardona. 0 for 1 with a walk, the catcher. Pretty quiet in this game. The Rams have 4 runs on 7 hits. The big inning for them, they scored 3 runs to take a 3-1 lead back in the 4th after 4 straight hits, including a triple from Jose Santana. First pitch. Catcher grounds it sharply on the right side. Glove there by Gaines. Wins the race to the bag, and now there are a quick 2 outs. So for Union, if they can get out of this bottom of the 6th. They will send up their 8-9-1 and Jacob Nelson,
Second baseman,
as
Carlos
well as Chris
Torres.
Giles and Sinjin Shoop. At the moment, they are combined, at least the bottom two, 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch, and then Shoop is 1 for 2. First pitch goes inside to Carlos Torres. He struck out swinging to end the 4th inning. Got the first single of the game back in the 3rd. Second baseman from Puerto Rico, A.J. Villa fires. Fastball high and away, 2 balls, no strikes. So it'll be a big test for Bluefield to hold on to that 2-run lead. Can they do it? Pitch. Driven out to right field, long run for Reinert, stops in his tracks and makes the catch. So it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. Rams 3 outs away from picking up a win to even up the series. We're going to be right back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams need 3 outs, leading 4-2 over Union College. 7 up, we got a new batter for Union College. Jacob Nelson finishes game 2 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch from Coleman. It's a fastball down the middle for strike 1. So up to the plate now, it's Ivan Abijo. Abijo, the senior from Bronx, New York. Trying to set the table. Coleman 3 outs away from a save. Abijo came into 11 games off of the bench, just hitting 125. First pitch, he's well late on that fastball. Strike 1. Rather count it. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Coleman a strike away from out number 1. Starts the motion, pitches. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out, Rams are 2 outs away. Chris Giles hit by a pitch in his last plate opportunity, or plate appearance, I should say. He was knocked by Alex Perkins. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Justin Coleman searching for his 3rd save of the year. First pitch, shortstop, watches a fastball blaze down the middle for strike 1. Seven-inning game, top of the 7th. Fouled away, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. We have to see if Coleman goes right after it again. Got Abijo with some high stuff. Starts the motion, 0-2. High and inside. Giles lost his batting helmet. As well as the skull cap. It's a loud ball one, and the shortstop is taking his time, as he should. This is a big at-bat with one out. Rams leading 4-2, just a 7-inning game. They lost the first one 21-9, and it would mean a lot for Bluefield to rally and win this one behind the performance of Alex Perkins. So Giles is back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Coleman delivers. Fouled back, and Giles is battling. Ball and 2 strikes. Shortstop trying to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate. Time called. Giles had 4 hits in game 1. Only his 3rd plate appearance in game 2. Coleman rocks 1-2, and the dirt for ball 2. 4-2 the score, top of the 7th. It's a 7-inning ball game. First at bat was a strikeout. Second strikeout for Coleman. Being deliberate on the mound. And another time called. Chess match between the shortstop at the plate and the reliever on the mound for Bluefield. 4-2 the score. 1 out. Nobody on. 2-2. Fouled back again. Giles is right on time. Union trying to clinch the series if they can get a couple of runners on base and force Bluefield to bat one more time. Coleman pitches 2-2. Outside, missing by inches. Ball 3, full count. Bart Osborne encouraging his shortstop from his post as the third base coach. A full count with 1 out. Big pitch coming up right here. Coleman steps, payoff. Inside, ball 4, rolling away from Cardona. And now the potential tying run comes up to the plate. That's a great plate appearance from Giles that time. For Coleman just has to stay with it because to a certain extent he just lost him there. St. John Shoop. Big Fu Manchu mustache. Sporting for the center fielder. First pitch. Inside, called a strike. Good fastball there for Coleman. 1 out. 4-2 the score. Rams leading by 2. It's a 7-inning game. By playing even with the bag at third, and time is called. Rams just a couple of outs away. Can they hold on with a runner at first base? 0-1. Line drive, left field, that will drop for a base hit. Huntley picks it up, pops a throw to his cutoff. It's caught by Espinal, and now runners are on the corners. Clutch single for Shoop and for Gaines. A chance to swing the bat to give the Bulldogs potentially the lead. Tying run at first base. Still 1 out. Gaines is 0 for 3. Certainly due in game 2 after a very solid game 1. Runners at third and first. Shoop at first, and Giles could cut the lead in half if he scores. Coleman deals. High and outside. All the Rams on the edge of the dugout on the first base side. Ball and no strikes with 1 out. Runner goes from first to second. Cardona picks it up. It's high and away, but then Shoop put on the brake, so he goes back. Got a 2-0. The offer. High and in, 3 balls, no strikes. Coleman just losing it just a bit after striking out the pinch hitter in Abijo. Runners on the corners threatening. 4-2 the score. 3-0. Called a strike, right back into it, crossing those Union letters. Gains up in a 3-1 count, though. Both teams with 7 hits apiece, but Bluefield leading by 2. Reliever looks. 3-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Now it's a full count. Pitching coach Thomas Huddleston giving some encouragement on the dugout side. Full count, runners on the corners. Payoff. Swinging a ground ball, third base side, and through for a base hit. Giles will score, and now it's 4-3. Union has fought it off. Rams were just not in the greatest position to field that one. Shoop over to second, Gaines now at first. That brings up Shoemaker. Now he's a guy that has been on the base paths all day for Union. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored. So now it's 4-3. First pitch. Breaking ball into the zone. Strike 1. So the tying run at second, go ahead run at first. Coleman just needs a couple of outs. Definitely a tall task against a Union team that is starting to feel it. Checks the runners. 0-1. Fouled back quickly up 0-2 on the lefty. Rams were gifted a double play in the 6th inning, and I think that I would love another one. I know that, actually. 1 out, no balls, 2 strikes. Big spot for the reliever. Runner at second and first, 0-2. In the dirt, Cardona blocks it for ball 1. Coming set again. Tying run is in scoring position. 1-2 to Shoemaker and a time called. Home plate umpire making sure that one got called in as Coleman slowing the game down to his own pace. Working from the stretch. 4-3, Rams lead by 1. 2 outs away from splitting the doubleheader. Pitch, ground ball into left field, a base hit. Shoop held up at third, and now the bases are loaded. Ball rolling into home, and Coleman able to glove it, but the base is now loaded. Bart Osborne telling Shoop to halt now at third base. But Shoemaker fighting it off. He's now 4 for 4 in game 2. Brings up the designated hitter, Daniel Neal. Double play would end the game for Bluefield. 3 straight, make it 4 straight hits. Pitch. Breaking ball across the knees for strike 1. 4-3 the score. Tying run is at third base. Go ahead run at second, and Joe Gaines and Shoemaker could potentially make it 6-3. Daniel Neal 0 for 1. He's been walked twice. That ball nearly hit him. The breaking ball goes inside. Icy breeze flowing towards the third baseline. Ball and a strike. Stretching the arms out. Coleman deals 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Bases loaded. 1 out. Rams holding on to a 1-run lead. Just a 7-inning game, folks. There's 1 out in the top of the 7th. Union threatening in a big, big way. I'm set again. The 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Throwing home, now to first. A 1-2-3 double play, and Bluefield holds on to win. Coleman went home to Cardona, the catcher, with a laser beam throw over to Edgardo Bernard, and the Rams hold on to win 4-3. What a game 2 for Bluefield, avenging a 21-9 loss, and we're going to have a rubber match tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Rams now 13-9 on the year. The win will go to Alex Perkins, and Coleman holds on for his 3rd save of the season. What a game. So for Alex Perkins, now at 5-1, Justin Coleman with 3 saves on the year, and the bases were loaded with Bulldogs there. They couldn't come up with a go-ahead run. 1-2-3 double play to end the game, and the Rams win it 4-3. So until tomorrow, Rams fans, my name is Bailey Angle, reminding you the final score. Bluefield holds on and splits the doubleheader, winning game 2 4-3.